I managed a I managed a food scrap yard waste recycling facility in Waukegan. We were in the heart of town. We created an odor that was really bad, and we would get odor complaints from 5 miles away. It took a lot. We spent a lot of money and a lot of resources trying to stop the stench from bothering the residents, the businesses, the restaurants, everything within the area. It doesn't work. We, as Patriot Acres is proposing, we had an asphalt base. The leachate gets into the asphalt grindings. It permeates the ground, it gets into the clay and all that. And then it goes wherever it wants. It doesn't mean it'll end up in a detention pond. And unfortunately, once it's into the ground, we then start applying bleach, chlorine to the ground, trying to stop the odors, and it's in large quantities. Bleach works great for a couple days, but then you got to reapply.
Brian, what we'll do is we'll let that serve as an intro. I know people are going to have questions for
Okay.
you, and now I'll introduce Rob so that we get all 5 panel members on the record, and I think it will help you also direct your questions. Oh, and one more thing. Would you click that again? Because we have, there you go. Thank you. All right, Rob.
My name is Rob Sulsky. I'm a resident of Glenview Countryside, just up the road on Central in unincorporated Cook County. I had heard about this project after it went to the Cook County Zoning Board of Appeals, and am familiar with the area and thought to myself right off the bat, this is crazy. I was then able to get a hold of the application for this project, and as an environmental engineer for close to 30 years with the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency and an environmental engineer, I started to look at this thing, and it got even crazier. So with that, I was compelled to join efforts in trying to fight this thing. Just the application itself begs more questions than answers any. That's my introduction. Anyways, we'll entertain questions. I have a lot to say, and I'm very, very concerned about this huge amount of waste that's going to be on this site, if it ever happens. No, I worked for the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency as IEPA as a water pollution control project programs manager in the Cook County area. So I've seen it all. I've seen odors. I know what this is about. I've seen it, and it scares me as a resident of the area.
All right. Our next panelist is Joe Polina. He's a resident. He's a business owner. Joe, I know that you were just, in addition to what's actually going in, I know you were offended by the way things are being done.
Absolutely. I, like Rob, have a lot to say about this. I'm very concerned. I think this was trying to be snuck by us. The sign in front was just ridiculous. I'm concerned. I'm also a resident of this area. I'm concerned about property value. I'm concerned about traffic. I'm concerned about your quality of life, just like my quality of life being affected. And we want your help today to make sure that this doesn't go through.
All right. Our next panelist is Kai Witek or Vitek? Vitek, see? New to ask. He has an extensive experience as a soil science expert and a facility manager. And Kai, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what concerns you most?
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Kai Vitek, and I manage a compost site that takes in food waste near the Yorkville area, surrounded by farmland. We have a couple residents within a mile. Nothing that's being proposed like this site. After I was asked to review the 150 pages of the application. And after reviewing it, I can tell you for quite certainty that due to the science based on the compost, you will have odors. And they're kind of inevitable. They're going to happen. And I hope that you guys don't have to deal with the odors as other residents have to.
Our next panelist, Judy Roseman, is a Glenview police officer. She's also a concerned citizen. She barely needs a microphone. So let's hear from Judy.
Hi, I'm Judy Roseman, and turn it down. I've worked for the village for 37 years, and I'm somewhat compassionate. I feel that my village and the surrounding village needs a voice. And obviously, I got a loud one, I'm told. So, I've been the animal control officer for 33 plus years. Part of the, I was just recently introduced to this project, and I'm appalled that nobody had been notified about this. And because everybody is going to be affected, and it's not just my village, it's the villages that are all surrounding, in the surrounding communities, and everybody needs a voice and needs to be heard. Not just because of the leaching, the stench, the pollution, the traffic that's going to be coming through, but we're also going to be, with this project, acquiring a large amount of nuisance wildlife. With this project, you're going to have an attractive nuisance. It is an attractive nuisance. And we're going to be bringing in a lot more animals. They're going to have to control that. And where they're eating, they're going to have to live close by. And so guess what? They don't live in the forest preserves. They live in your backyards, under your sheds, your stoops, your attics, your roofs. You know, not only are you creating a stink just from the compost in the landfill, but you're going to be causing a real stink with the skunks and the opossums, all their feces, and the rats. Yes, rats will come, because they will also feed on all these extra animals coming through their feces. You know, so they don't need to eat off of the landfill. They'll eat off of the feces that the other animals are leaving behind.
All right. Wait, but the folks who got here on time shouldn't be penalized. All right, I respect your time. Yay!
Give us a few minutes. We have people coming.
All right, so we're going to show you the video. And then when we're done with the videos, this same microphone, what I'll have you do is anybody with questions can line up. You can do maybe 3 or 4 at a time, and ask your questions. We're going to be respectful of everybody's time. We're going to be civil, and if somebody else asks your question, don't repeat it, because you'll annoy your neighbors. So with that, let us start with the story that aired on Fox Chicago a couple of weeks ago.